Your home for the best sports radio for your afternoon drive is right here. This is Jake Scott and Ben Anderson on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
What you got Wednesday? What's the deal? Jake Scott rules, Ben's out to steal. Bozo takes their spinning around. Flush it down, flush it down. Emo skater Ben with a devious grin. Jake rolls his eyes, lets out a sigh within.
Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. It is time for What You Got Wednesday. We do it every Wednesday. If you're new to the show, 2 5-selection drafts, 1 sports-related, 1 not. And then we put it out on the Talk Snap for a vote.
Christian, I didn't send you who won last week.
I'm glad you came on air and said that, because as Jake was bringing us in a segment, I realized I didn't have that. And
So
I was
it didn't go up for a vote?
Oh, I went up for a vote. I did not send it to Christian yet who won.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man. Maybe I won't send it.
I think I won both. I felt like I had a pretty strong chance, but at least the LeBron one I thought I had nailed.
All right, do you want me to just read them,
Yeah,
Christian?
just
or do you want me
read
to
it. Just read it.
All right. We did 2 drafts. Pull them up quickly. We did LeBron teammates. Jake, you crushed me. 79-21.
I hadn't won in a while, so that feels good.
And then we did musicians turned actors. You also won 65-35.
Oh, good week for me.
So you had you won both, so I have the number 1 pick in both drafts.
All right. What is today's sports-related draft?
Today we're going to go with guys who had it and then lost it.
All right, so there is some nuance to this, but the idea is players who were on top of the game and then fell off quickly.
Precipitously.
And it could be for various reasons, I suppose. But this is going to be one of those where we're all over.
I'm trying to not do it based off injury alone.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think I have anyone here who's directly for injury, but there are other reasons.
Is there a number 1 pick?
There is not an obvious number 1 pick. I don't think. This is not
either.
a draft I'm glad to have the number 1 overall pick in. Do you have like a way you're leaning? I'm not asking you to tell me.
I think there's actually an answer, but I don't know if it's going to get any votes.
So I worry that this is conflating a little bit with one-hit wonders also. But the number 1 name I thought of was Jeremy Lin, who out of nowhere, Linsanity was the biggest thing. And this dude was playing out of his mind and was awesome. And like actually ended up sticking around in the NBA longer than I would have thought, but was never more than like a backup guard.
No, I think 1,000% qualifies.
Jeremy Lin had it for a minute, and you're like, is this real?
And then
it went on just a little too long for you to just dismiss as like, oh, that's a funny week. And then it just didn't matter ever.
Well, the reason he lost it is the best. The reason he lost it is because Carmelo Anthony was injured, and then Jeremy Lin blew up, and Carmelo Anthony got jealous, and then he came back from injury and said,
that was fun.
That was fun while it lasted,
Yeah,
but this is my team, bro.
Yeah. I'll take it back now.
And then they went nowhere.
Yeah.
No, but that absolutely qualifies. All right. This is the one. This is what I actually think is the answer, but is not going to give me any votes. Is Chuck Knobloch. He went from Major League Baseball's best second baseman.
Chuck Knobloch, K-N-O.
Look it up, Christian. He went from the best second baseman in baseball. Like the Yankees signed him away from the Twins with a bananas offer.
Yeah.
And then he literally forgot how to throw to first.
He got the yips. He's one of the most famous yips in all of sports.
And then never recovered.
Yep.
And it was the dangest thing.
Yep.
It was not injury. It was not situation. He just forgot how to throw to first. I wonder how many All-Star games he made.
But he was a household name among American sports. He was just one of the guys. You were like, this guy's going to be one of the stars. And then just suddenly was nobody. Suddenly truly couldn't play anymore. That's a very good pick.
He made 4 All-Star games.
And to the point where Christian says who.
And won the World Series.
Rightfully so, kind of asked who. All right, good pick. I didn't have him on my list. I'm going to go with a guy we actually talked about recently. I didn't have him on my list until you just started saying Chuck Knobloch, though he doesn't play baseball. I don't know why this piqued my interest. Jordan Spieth. Jordan Spieth was the next Tiger, it felt like, for a minute. He's won 3 of the 4 majors.
Yeah.
Now he's like the 60th ranked golfer in the world. You never talk about him as like, does he have a chance to win this major? Like, he was it for a minute. And Jordan Spieth somewhat dropped off. He could get back, I guess. He's still in his early 30s, but for a while I felt like we talked about him all the time the way we talk about Scotty Scheffler or Rory or whatever. And then he didn't have any staying power.
I consider Jordan, the reason I took him off my list is because I don't think he's lost it.
Okay. That's very fair.
You know, I think we've seen a zillion Jordan Spieths, guys that were like, oh, look at this, and then don't turn out to be as great as we thought.
I think that's totally fair.
But, I mean, it certainly qualifies.
Yeah.
Not disqualifying. Okay, now this one has a little nuance, but I think actually is, honestly, maybe the second best answer behind Knobloch. Andre Agassi.
Okay. Yeah.
But the key is Andre regained it.
He did. He brought it back.
He did bring it back, but he lost it. I mean, he went from number 1 to like number 500 seemingly overnight.
Mm-hmm.
He forgot how to play tennis. He had to get himself off crack, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
He dated Brooke Shields, married Brooke Shields, right?
Mm-hmm.
His life kind of fell apart, and then he's one of the great comeback stories in sports history. But he did go from on top of the world and did lose it.
It's a good pick. It's not the direction I would have gone, but I think it's a good pick. I think, again, totally qualifies. This is a list I thought was going to be difficult. Now I'm worried I'm not going to have enough names here. All right. Christian, I'm curious if you know this name because Jake will. Do you know who Tim Lincecum is? Tim Lincecum, for, 3 years? Giants won, 3 World Series over 5 seasons? I can't remember what it was. It was like every other year. Uh-huh. Tim Lincecum was the most electric pitcher in baseball. He was so fun to watch. He had this long hair. He looked like the young kid from Dazed and Confused, the 15-year-old kid who's hanging out with the older kids. Wiry body, but just electric stuff. Was probably the best pitcher in baseball. I think he won 2 Cy Young Awards. And it disappeared overnight. And Tim Lincecum is this kind of like, was a lock Hall of Famer on his trajectory and is like not going to get anywhere close to it. But Tim Lincecum, I think, is one of the guys who for a minute there was one of the great athletes in the country and just kind of fell off.
You know what? I watched a TikTok on him a couple months ago.
Okay.
I do recognize the name now. The face, really, once I Googled it.
Yeah, once
hair.
you saw him. Yeah. He was super unique, really fun to watch. Little. He's like 5'11". He's not a big kid. Electric, and then nothing. Weird.
It's funny, we have such diverging thoughts on this. I can't believe I have this one. I'm going to go with Cam Newton.
Yeah, good pick.
Cam Newton, you can pick the moment that his career ended. He was an MVP of the NFL. He was in the stinking Super Bowl, and he did not jump on that fumble, and his career was over after that.
Yep.
I mean, he went from the top of the league to out of the league in like 2 years after he decided not to jump on that fumble in the Super Bowl. Cam Newton.
Yeah, it's a good pick. Absolutely not quite on my list, but was a name that jumped out to me as soon as we started talking about it. Because, his fall off to where he was like a joke when he was with the Patriots. It's like easy to forget.
A joke.
He was the best college football player for a few seasons, including obviously the national championship year, an MVP, got to the Super Bowl, and a laughingstock by the time he was done, which was not that far apart from each other.
There's only one season in college, but yeah.
Okay, one season, yes. Let's see. How many picks do I have left, Christian? 2 left. Oh, man, I don't want to waste these. I'm going to go with Sean Alexander. And it was a little bit due to injuries. But Sean Alexander was so good. He was the cover of Madden. Now, he kind of had the Madden curse. He was a part of that run of the Madden curse. Sean Alexander was so famous as a football player that they talk about him in the sitcom The Office. Like, he was so relevant as a player that you could drop his name in to a sitcom and people would be like, yeah, I know who Sean Alexander is. I know who you're talking about. and went from 1,500-yard seasons to like 600 yards overnight, and then just he never did the Agassi. He never got it back, which is not super uncommon for running backs. There are other running backs you could put on this list, but Sean Alexander in Seattle in the early aughts, mid-aughts was so good, and then injuries and fell apart.
All right, I'm going to go with Anthony Hardaway.
Oh, okay, good pick.
Penny went from the next MJ when he was on the same team as Shaquille O'Neal, and they're going to the finals. And remember, it might not have been the best duo in the NBA at the time, but it was close, and it was definitely the coolest duo at the time. And Penny went from riding high to gone. Now, part of that was injury.
Injuries also.
But it wasn't one major injury per se. It was a few. But he was doing those Chris Rock commercials.
Had a little penny.
Yeah. I mean, truly. He did Blue Chips.
Yep.
Did that movie, and then to gone. I mean, remember he tried to make a comeback with Phoenix, and just wasn't going to happen.
He looked like the future face of the NBA. He and Shaq looked like they were going to be the best duo in the NBA for a long time, and it just fell apart. Shaq leaving and Penny getting hurt.
I mean, he was probably out of the league. I don't know, 2 years after Shaq left? 3 years after Shaq left, maybe?
But he should have been Kobe. He's
Yes.
more of a point guard than Kobe ever was, but should have been you're right, the next Jordan.
And he was that high profile.
Oh, he was great.
Yeah.
He was really good. All right, my last pick. All right, I'm going to go with local because I do not understand the drop off here. Tavion Thomas was unstoppable for about 9 games. Now, because Kyle Whittingham loved to start the wrong guy at several positions throughout his career. That was kind of always his thing. Mm-hmm. And I know Tavion had some off the field issues and was a walking fumble early in his career after transferring from Cincinnati. But his last 8 or 9 games of his first season in Utah were ridiculous. The dude was absurd. Looked like as good a running back as we'd ever seen at Utah, which is saying something. And then the next year came back and lost his job. In fact, I don't even know if he started the first game. He just completely fell off. And again, he had some off-the-field issues, but he was awesome. And you thought him coming back for, I think it was going to be his 4th year, his senior season. I can't remember with the COVID stuff, if it was actually his senior year. But you thought he was going to come back and just be unstoppable. And you basically never heard from him again. It was so strange. So strange. But he was really good.
All right. I've been so on the right answer. I'm probably going to lose the vote on this because nobody's ever heard of this guy, but this is part of my point.
Okay.
Have you ever looked up the players that have hit 50 home runs in a season?
It's not many.
It's probably more than you'd think, but it is the who's who of baseball.
Yeah,
and
great.
especially if you look pre 2005, I mean, you look at these names and it's like Mickey Mantle and Roger Maris. Mm-hmm. And then you get into Albert Bell and Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa and all this stuff. And then wedged in the middle there in 1996, a center fielder who was a leadoff hitter for the Baltimore Orioles, Brady Anderson, hit 50 home runs out of freaking nowhere. Because he had a needle in his arm.
He had a needle in his arm.
And he decided he was just going to start jacking homers.
Yep.
And then disappeared.
Absolutely.
After 1996. Just disappeared.
Yep.
Have you ever heard of Brady Anderson? Exactly.
Yep.
And he was this squirrely, fast, base-stealing second baseman that blew up to 250 pounds and started blasting home runs out of nowhere. Everybody thinks Mark McGwire when they think the steroid era or Barry Bonds. They should think about Brady Anderson. Mm-hmm. That should be the number one example of why steroids are bad for baseball. Because some Weasley center fielder can go from hitting. Look, if you look up his career stats, he's like 15 to 20 home runs every year of his career until 1996.
Boom, 50 home runs. Yep. Oh, I remember him. I was 10 years old. Baseball was having the biggest moment of my life at that point because, yes, the home run chase was on.
The glut.
And he was this weird other guy in the conversation where a few guys out of nowhere jumped up to 40. He jumped up to 50. Yeah. Chris Davis, by the way, did the same thing for the Orioles, but this was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Cal Raleigh, who was on my list. Oh, yeah, well, let's recap, and then we'll talk about some of these other names.
Ben, you had the number 1 pick. You went Jeremy Lin, Jordan Spieth, Tim Lincecum, Sean Alexander, and Tavion Thomas. Jake went Chuck Knobloch, Andre Agassi, Cam Newton, Penny Hardaway, and Brady Anderson.
Cal Raleigh last year, big dumper for the Mariners, who went to the World Series. He can't hit at all this year. Vlad Guerrero Jr. has not hit a home run in Toronto this season.
He's batting like 210 or something like that.
Was just electric. There's actually a couple of weird common names right now in baseball that belong in that conversation.
Donovan McNabb.
Donovan McNabb's a very good one.
He got old, though.
He just got old. Do you remember Josh Hamilton?
Yeah.
Now, he actually just had like a crack problem.
He had substance abuse
Real
problems.
substance abuse issues, but was electric as a hitter and like pretty athletic in the outfield, and then totally fell off. Christian, do you know who Roy Hibbert is?
Yes.
Yeah, Roy Hibbert out of nowhere, like almost won Defensive Player of the Year. I think
He was great with the Pacers. Yeah.
Went to the Lakers and just was a dog. Oh, he just totally fell off.
Andre Drummond was a little bit of that.
Drummond?
But see, this was the difficult part of the pick, though. Did those guys ever have it?
Correct.
At basketball, that gets tricky.
So this is the argument you picked. Who's the NBA player you picked? Not Penny. Somebody who. Cam Newton. I'm sorry, Cam Newton.
Cam Newton.
Who doesn't jump on a ball in the Super Bowl and his career changes. It's Ben Simmons not taking a layup against
Did he ever have it?
But did he ever have it?
Yeah.
Cam did have it. No question, Cam Newton had it. Did Ben Simmons ever really have it to the level he told people he had it?
My answer would be no, thus I didn't pick Ben Simmons. But,
Eric Gagne is why we did this draft. We talked about him last week. He was a needle in the arm guy, most likely.
Oh, I think the steroid era you could find maybe not a bunch, but a few guys like Eric Gagne or Brady Anderson, which were just awesome, and then just garbage.
Tariq Evans.
All right.
Won the Rookie of the Year, averaging 25-5, and then never did anything good ever again.
Yep.
Beat James Harden for Rookie of the Year. Never did anything that mattered.
The days are longer, the calendar is filling up, and I want to feel as good as this beautiful summer weather. That's why I've been loving Groons. It's one daily pack of gummies that covers my greens, vitamins, and minerals, and even has 6 grams of prebiotic fiber, so I don't need to juggle a complicated wellness routine on top of everything else. They taste amazing. They're easy to toss in my bag on the go. Plus, they're vegan, gluten-free, and HSA, FSA eligible for reimbursement. Save up to 52% off with promo code podcast at Groons.co. That's code podcast at GRUNS.co.
What's our not sports?
Best pump-up songs.
Hype songs.
Hype songs.
Hype songs.
This is in honor of my daughter Sadie. I put together a playlist for her for the drive to soccer games to get hyped up. Is there an automatic number one pick?
I think there might be, but maybe it's my inner millennial showing. I have the number one pick. I think it's Lose Yourself by Eminem. I think that has become an anthem for people believing in yourself, committing, et cetera, et cetera. In fact, it's what the entire movie is about, writing that song so he will go to the rap battle and actually compete.
It's on my list, but it's a little too on the nose.
It is so on the nose.
All of these are going to be on the nose.
Probably, yeah.
My number one overall pick is going to be Thunderstruck.
Yeah, I've got it too.
AC/DC.
Yep.
Why
Not
are
on
you
the
laughing?
Not on the nose at
No,
all.
it is. It
Yeah,
on the nose,
right.
for sure.
I think you're totally right. Yeah. I can probably save this one because I don't think you're going to pick it. All right, this is going to be my last, the most on-the-nose pick, and that's We Will Rock You by Queen, which, again, is so on the nose.
Oh, there's a reason Queen songs lend themselves so easily to.
They're anthemic. That's what
sports.
Queen does. But, yeah, We Will Rock You by Queen, again. Everyone knows the song. It's easy to sing. It's loud, conveys quickly. We will rock you.
All right, this is my Virginia Tech Hokie fan coming out. Enter Sandman.
Great. They do it in between the third and the fourth quarter?
No,
or they do it before
it
the game?
before the game.
Okay.
It started out as like a student thing to get everybody in their seats
Yeah.
by the start of the game, and it's turned into this crazy tradition.
And it works. That
does.
song rocks. It's a great tradition. Yeah. Good pick. All right. I'm going to go with, this was the first one I put on my list. I love this song. X Gonna Give It To You by DMX. He also was weirdly anthemic for a rapper. Rest his soul. But X Gonna Give It To You by DMX. You could pick a lot of DMX songs.
I'm totally on the nose. Eye of the Tiger.
I have it number 2 on my list by Survivor.
Uh-huh.
That's a good pick. It's just one of the
It goes
sports
with
songs.
Rocky, yeah. It is what it is.
It's easy, and everyone knows it, and it's smart. It's writing a hit that you know will be played at sports arenas forever. It's a really smart way to break through. Not to step on. Well, we can talk about it, and maybe the also one. I'm not going to draft it, but there are other songs that would apply. I'm going to go with. I wonder if this is going to give me any votes. I'm going to go with War Pigs by Black Sabbath.
Okay.
Has a great intro also. The same way Eye of the Tiger has a better intro than the actual song for sports stuff. War Pigs, the song rules. But the open is so good for sporting events or a starting lineup or whatever to kind of get the energy going quickly if the whole song maybe doesn't quite fit the hype song vibe.
All right. I'll go more some. Well, no, I'm not going to do that. This may not give me votes, but it absolutely qualifies. Killing in the Name by Rage Against the Machine.
Great song. Yeah.
Man, Rage hit hard back in the day.
The lyrics are not a hype song lyrics,
No.
but the music is hype song music.
And the build-up is
The build-up
really
is great.
Is really hypey.
Yep. All right. I'm going to go with the best intro of any song probably of all time, and that's why you still hear it. And that will be Still Dre by Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. Everyone knows that bass line and the synthesizer or whatever it is. It changed the way music sounded in the early 2000s with the Chronic 2000 and then kind of shifted rap into a modern era.
What now? Let's see, Ben. I feel like I'm heavy on the rock, but I feel like that's kind of where we are. But you know what? I'll go with All I Do Is Win. DJ Khaled.
No matter what, yeah.
Not my cup of tea, but I think it gets some votes.
Yeah. No, I think it's a big one. Christian, what did you have some hype songs?
You guys don't have anything newer than like 2005.
Correct.
I think probably Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us.
Yeah.
Definitely some. I'm not even a Drake guy, but I mean, you ask anybody in the NBA now, they'll all say Drake.
Yeah.
Well, good thing they're not voting on this poll, Christian.
I guess. Well, you asked me.
Sicko Mode. That song.
Yeah.
That
Sicko
song
Mode's
rips.
great.
Mo
Welcome.
Bamba by Sheck West is like a great hype song. That's a huge, wonderful hype song. Yeah.
Welcome to the Jungle, I thought.
Welcome to Jungle, great. Yeah, very good pick. Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes. That gets played a ton. They've kind of broken through. So
We're Not Going to Take It by Twisted Sister.
Yeah.
Seriously, the first pick was Lose Yourself, and I'm pretty sure that is the newest song on this list.
No, DJ Khaled was after
Yeah,
that.
DJ Khaled.
Oh, yeah,
that.
DJ
You're right.
Khaled. Oh, that's right.
I thought of Thunder by Imagine Dragons, but I already had a song with Thunder
Yeah,
in it.
you can't have too much thunder.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
And we're millennials. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, we're 40.
Did we review? Do we need to
Christian
need a review?
Ben, you had the first pick. You went Lose Yourself. We Will Rock You. X Gonna Give It To You. War Pigs. Still Dre. Jake went Thunderstruck. Enter Sandman. Eye of the Tiger. Killing in the Name. And All I Do Is Win.
You might win this one again. You might win both. This might be 4 straight losses for me and
I
Drops.
don't know, man.
Hey, voicemails? Call in. What did we miss?
Yeah, what did we miss? Download the KSL Sports app, hit the voicemail feature, and let us know. We have a funny voicemail that we have to get to later in the show. I don't know if we wait. Maybe we'll wait till 5:50 to get to it. Christian, it's a mystery. I don't think it's a mystery, but we could let people weigh in. Stay tuned. We'll get to that coming up. 97.5 the KSL Sports Zone.